In the heart of New Orleans' French Quarter, there's a building whose shutters are always closed, nailed shut. Locals say it hides a secret, a centuries-old horror tied to a group of mysterious women known only as the Casket Girls. They arrived with little coffins, and what followed would inspire whispers of vampirism, missing bodies, and a Vatican investigation the church never admitted. In 1728, French settlers in Louisiana were desperate. The colony was wild and unstable. Men outnumbered women 5-1. So France answered with a solution: ship over young women, many from orphanages or convents, to marry the colonists. They were called les filles à la cassette, or the Casket Girls, named for the small wooden trunks they carried, supposedly filled with clothes and dowries. But those cassettes? They resembled miniature coffins. They disembarked at the port of New Orleans and were brought directly to the old Ursuline convent, where nuns would oversee their moral upbringing before marriage. But locals whispered about their unnatural appearance. Pale skin, deep-set eyes, and an eerie quietness. They didn't seem like normal girls, and the casket-shaped trunks only fueled the unease. Soon after their arrival, stories emerged. People claimed the trunks were empty. And at night, shadows moved across the convent rooftop. And then the deaths began. Locals, especially men, were found in their homes, drained of blood. No forced entry. No signs of struggle. Just open windows. And lifeless corpses. Panic gripped the colony. Some accused the girls. Others said it was punishment from God for importing sin from France. But as the deaths grew stranger, the shutters of the Ursuline convent were permanently nailed shut. Word of the vampire girls reached the ears of the Catholic Church in France. In a rare move, investigators were dispatched, but when they arrived, the convent refused entry to the attic. Eventually, the caskets were ordered to be opened, and according to folklore, they were empty. No clothing, no dowries, no signs they'd ever carried anything human at all. In the 20th century, paranormal investigators broke into the convent attic. According to local legend, 2 of them never made it out. Their equipment was found. But they were gone, vanished without a trace. And those shutters? Still sealed. Maintenance workers report tools flying from their hands, and whispers in French from behind the doors. Historians argue the girls were misunderstood, victims of xenophobia and superstition. The caskets? Just trunks. The deaths? Disease most likely. But even the most rational minds can't explain everything. Why does the church refuse to discuss the investigation? Why do locals still fear the attic? And why do records of the Casket Girls disappear after 1731? Sometimes history buries its monsters in plain sight, dressed in white linen and sent across the sea in a coffin.